Okay. I'm back. I think. Yes, I appear to be recording. Excellent. Alright, so probably won't go for too much longer, but see what we got cooking. So here's the thing worth note. That apparently the next devotion shrine, southwest, then northwest, southwest, then northwest. And I cannot wait. Let's look at what we're going for again. So we don't have too many, so we've got 1, 2, and that's it. We only have 2, yeah, we only have 2 more, so we're only going to be getting this next one, and then the one after that, since we're in normal. The other, 2 in Ashes of Malmoth are, like, this section of Ashes of Malmoth, anyway, in Act 6, are in ultimate difficulty. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at the bear. What we're gonna get out of that. So the next one is the big one, the plus 50% physical damage. That's really good. Plus 6% health. That's the one that we actually really want. And we've already tapped out the crossroads. That just is what it is. I feel like I had a different plan, but I like the bear into what's his name, Ulzad, Herald of Korvok plan. Now let me see. The thing is that in Forgotten Gods, looking at this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that means that we'll get, so we'll have 1, 2, so that's 2 as a remainder, and then looks like 6, so we'll have 8 all together. And so that leaves us with 3 extra, which might go just into the lion. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. Just plus 15% to all damage, 2% physical resistance as the capstone. Plus 6% movement speed would be pretty dope. Yeah, I think the final thing we'll get is the lion after we fill out Ulzad. Unless there's a different, 3... I don't think there is. I don't think there's like another good 3... whatever. Like 3-star. Constellation that we could get. I mean, this is actually really good, but the problem with that is that Elemental Storm is another like on attack thing, and you know, plus 30% elemental damage. Yeah, that is kind of good. Plus 30, and then plus 40 for plus 70%. I don't know. We might go with the Rowan's Crown instead. So that would leave us with 5. Yeah, we could still get like Ulzad and then just leave off one of Ulzad's things, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Rowan's Crown is good. I'm not a big fan of the Elemental Storm for our character, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, enough jibber-jabbering about shop talk. Let's get back to clearing out these gribbly horrors. Alright, so we're supposed to get the resistance bomb and assist at a resistance hideout, huh? Okay. Okay, so it looks like we can't go that way directly. Here's hoping that we can go that way through... Where's that guy going? Anyway, let's hope we can get around through here. Note to Amy Brennock. That's still a lot of XP. Man, you know, as a guy who, like, is totally one of those people that, like, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it happens to you in life, because a guy who totally would love the whole marriage, kids thing, like, it hits me deep whenever I read something like that. It's like, man, like, all throughout actual history, there have been people who've had stuff like that happen, where... You know, they were living a regular life, had kids, you know, had like kids or had a kid on the way, and then like war breaks out or something like that. It's just, ugh. And then in a fictional setting like this, where, I mean, you could see what the hell is going on, it's so much worse. Like, even than that. And that's already really bad. It's just one of those, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that's gut-wrenching whenever you're... Like, it's already gut-wrenching no matter what age you are, but whenever you get up, like, out of your 20s, it's, like, especially gut-wrenching. It's like, oh, man. Like, ugh. But it is really good writing, I'll say that. Like, if you couldn't tell from some of the stuff that I've said so far, like, I'm kind of a fan of, like, horror and existential horror of a certain kind, like, you know, and fantasy settings where stuff like that's explored. That includes Grim Dawn's, like, narrative. And it's, you know, oh, that's, speaking of, like, that's a really cool thing that there's like training dummies in this house. But yeah, man, like, I'm a fan of that kind of horror, and I would say that Grim Dawn does have like horror aspects in its story, even if sometimes it's a little bit campy. Like, it can be a little bit goofy at times, but yeah, it's definitely got like that serious horror undertone, and I really like the way it's done whenever like, especially in the notes. Like, it's a little weird to have so much of the game's lore, and especially in a game like this, to have so much of the lore and story and stuff, like, in notes that you find. But then again, it's weird in the Souls series, too. Like, I just want to say that it's not any less weird in the Souls series or in Souls-likes just because people have gotten used to it. Like, it's still weird. Like, to have the background written on inexplicable, like, descriptions of weapons. It's like, you know, like, you look at the descriptions of weapons and armor in, like, Elden Ring or in Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3, and it's like, who wrote this? Like, how's, you know? Like, is it your character who's supposed to be saying that? Because in some of the... You know, that doesn't really make too much sense in the Souls series. At least here, where it's written notes that you find, at least it makes sense, right? It's not just a description on a weapon that feels like direct meta-commentary from the developers in like a weird, detached sort of way. I'm not saying I mind that method of, like, I guess you would call it narration, right? Like, it's still delivering a narrative. I don't mind that method of narration from, like, developers, but it is strange. Like, it takes a sort of automatic jump in reasoning. It's like a suspension of disbelief that you don't get with any other medium, like a form of suspension of disbelief that's almost it's not that it's so hard to describe because it really is sort of a... Okay, hold on. This collection of arcane enchantments, ointments, and supplies might be just what Captain Wilfer was hoping to find out here. They should serve the Resistance well. Send the supplies to the hideout. Okay. But, like, it's hard to describe. It's not ineffable, but it's just so difficult to describe that, like, it's not even a person perspective. It's not like first, second, or third person perspective. It's almost like a weird fourth person perspective of an external narrator delivering commentary through a description on an item. Like, it's such meta layer commentary, like meta layer narration, that it's almost like the only thing that's directly comparable really is kind of like a narrator stepping out of the shadows in a book that is otherwise entirely second or first person to describe something, if that makes sense. Like, imagine if you were reading a first person account, like a book that was in I and my language, like from the perspective of an individual, and then out of nowhere there's just like a narrator voice of like, and then Charles discovered the, you know, or like unbeknownst to Mary. Like, it would be really jarring, wouldn't it? Like, I'm not really sure that if you were reading a book and that happened, that it would be such a smooth transition between one person's perspective voice into the other. I'm not really sure how well that's, like, how deeply or how well that's been analyzed in any kind of domain, that kind of perspective shift between descriptive narrator voice, like description narrator voice, and like other means of narration in gaming environments and contexts. I don't know, because whenever you find what, like that note that we found that started me on this like long tangent, that is still a note that is written in like first person perspective, or if you want to be real like weird about it, I guess it's second person past perspective, because it's your character reading the note that is written in first person kind of thing. But like, it's still not anywhere near that weird meta perspective of, I'm trying to think like of a description straight from Dark Souls. Oh, like the description for rubbish is probably the perfect one, where it's like, it basically goes, nobody would actually have this in their pockets. What's wrong with you? Like, it's like the description narrator's judging you for having rubbish in your pockets. Okay, this is Vivian Nevin. Oh, thank the gods you found us. Please, you have to help us. I don't think we'll survive out here much longer. Richter is hurt pretty bad. I'm not sure he can even stand. He doesn't look too good. I know. If you hadn't arrived, I'm not sure how much time he'd have left, so let's not waste it. Please help me get him to safety. Now let me talk to him first. Vivian's a good girl, but she can't see a lost cause when it's bleeding out right in front of her. Richter winces in pain. Do me a favor, get her to safety. Don't spend an ounce of strength on me when the city's overrun with monstrosities. Are you sure? I can hardly feel the pain anymore. It won't be long now. Don't worry about me. Save Vivian. Yeah, okay, whatever. Sure, let's get you two to safety. Why is that a lie? I can send you both there via Rift. Lie? Why is that a lie? I mean, he literally could. Thank you for taking care of Vivian. There's no way I'm making it out of here, and I didn't have the heart to tell her. Do me a favor and keep an eye on her. I don't want her coming back out here to look for me when she finds out I didn't follow her through. I can send you too if you wish to be with her. Don't bother, my time has come and I'm okay with that. But listen, before you go, I used to own an import shop down at the Black Iron Docks. When the attack started, my partner and I gathered all of our supplies in there. We barricaded the door to keep out looters, but I suppose someone like yourself won't have any trouble breaking through. I mean meteors, yeah. Whatever you find in there is yours. My partner is dead and I'll be joining him soon enough. Now, let me rest. Are you sure I can't help? I can hardly feel the pain anymore. It won't be long now. I hope the supplies serve you well. Alright, thank you. I'll look for it. I mean, I could just send him through. It's kind of stupid. I guess I probably shouldn't have talked to him if I wanted to send him through too. Well, whatever. We got a side quest out of it. I mean, we definitely should go open a stash because I can't imagine that a Belmont would have anything that isn't useful. Yeah, I made the joke. Anyway, back to what I was actually yammering about. Like, I'm not sure how I'm not sure how many people have actually, like, taken a crack at that, like, examining that in depth, that weird perspective. Okay, Flesh Weaver Haraxis, huh? Alright, pal. Enemy boss killed. Excellent. More loot. Look, it is an interesting thing to think about, that you basically have a weird narrator in a weird meta layer doing weird narrator crap in those kind of games. But with that all said, I do kind of want to mention that I'm glad that the Ethereal Guardians, like these weird tower defense things of awfulness, I like them better than the weird Aetherfire generators, because those things suck. These things aren't that bad. Like, I'd rather take 3 chunky, like, mobs, like 3 or 4 chunky mobs that I gotta burst down, than 8 mini mobs that constantly respawn. Like, that sucks. Especially whenever you've got the auto-targeting on the controller, like on a gamepad. Because, man, you've seen how I have to deal with those things. I have to switch over, like, have to switch over to keyboard and mouse just to be able to deal with them, which kind of feels bad. Again, I don't know why that you can't, like, hold left trigger and have that actually deactivate the auto-targeting. That should be an option, in my opinion. Like, I don't get what the point of being able to stand in place and fire is, and not have an option to, like, turn off the auto-targeting. Because, like, you're going to stand in place while you're firing regardless. You see that? I'm just holding A, by the way. Like, I hold left trigger, I can do that too. But I hold A, I'm locked in place. So left trigger on gamepad should be lock in place and, right? Like, that's just, again, my humble 2 cents. I guess it's more like 5 cents with inflation, and also the fact that they're not minting pennies anymore. Another boss. Okay. So... okay, I'm kind of wondering where, like, I know that generally on the map where I need to go is, like, around here. Kind of just going with it, like, going with the flow, clearing it out. Since we're finding all this stuff like the City Guard's log over there, and the note that we already found, and, that, like, spot with the 2 survivors. Okay, City Guard's log. Man. You know, the problem with something like this happening is that the people who survive are going to be filled with such righteous indignation and fury and hatred that, like, whenever they get the upper hand, there's no parlay. Like, there's no chance of, like, hey, so maybe we could come to an agreement. Like, no. No. I mean, that's kind of the downside of being an evil alien invading force, is that whenever you get inevitably, inevitably, if things do not go as planned, you end up in a position where you might be, yeah, having to deal with some incredibly, like, beyond reason, and by that I mean you have made an enemy of people such that they will never reason with you. Like, nothing you can do can access them in reason anymore. Like, that's never a state you ever want to be in with anybody, by the way. Like, holy crap. Like, I read that log that we just got, and the thought that I get is, man, the all-consuming... There's not even a word for it, because hatred doesn't really contain the emotion that those guys must, like, you know, in the setting. Like, anything like that happened to someone, the thing that caused that would engender such an emotion that we don't even have words for it in human language. Yeah, like, we're talking, like, the kind of emotion that Saltspire from Warhammer Vermintide has for, like, anything that isn't human. Like, we're talking about the kind of hatred that an Inquisitor out of Warhammer 40k has for the Xenos and the Mutant, you know? Okay. Oh, man. Wow. Got a note from the big bad himself, huh? I wonder how ugly he's gonna be. Like, you gotta imagine how ugly the Warden ended up, and how ugly the unfortunate guy who got possessed at Fort Icon ended up. That someone called the Flesh Master has to end up pretty ragged. Right? Like, he's gonna look terrible. I don't like that there's a dark spot there. I think that's where, yeah, okay. Yeah, this place is such a nightmare to get around, and I'm not even talking about the, new inhabitants. I mean, like, just trying to figure out... That's the other reason I'm kind of going with the flow, is like, I'm not trying to, like, consciously map this place out. Like, I have no idea where the heck I am. Like, I'm not sure how I would get back to where I just got, those two, like, the dude who said to leave him behind, and the lady that was with him. I have no idea how to get back there from here. I mean, I could probably figure it out from using the radar, but, like, yeah, man, I don't know. My ears itchy. Ugh. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my ears squeaking. Okay. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to use that stuff. This must be Richter's stash. Okay. Hey, that's a lot of XP, so I guess it was worth it. Epic two-handed axe. Yeah, alright, whatever. I'm kinda good on that. Nothing else here, though. Yeah, the XP was worth it. I'll say that much. Yeah, okay, I kinda wanna see if... Yeah, alright. If I can get down to where that... devotion shrine kind of is from here. Oh, hey. Okay. I'll take it. Strange, but I'll take it. Just trying to find out, right, like that's... Like if that's an area I can even go. Oh, hey. Alright, cool. Well, at least I'll never really have doubt of where I haven't been, since it'll be filled with gribbly horrors beyond man's normal comprehension.
I can't do that yet.
Entrance? Fort entrance. Tomb of Harold Mathis? What? Okay, hold on. I'm leaving. I'm not ready for this. I didn't ask for this. Oh, here we go. Hey there, everyone. Also, that meteor does work as like a full heal, since I get healed on damage done. Oh, come on. Good night, jerk. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about, this, like, dark spot here. Oh, hey. Cosmic Invoker? Minus 9,000 damage. That is impressively bad. Empowered Cell Course March. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I was kind of worried about this dark spot here. Wanted to make sure I didn't leave a, like, unexplored gap. Because again, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay... This is supposed to be a shortcut, so I guess... Yeah, okay, so this is a shortcut whenever you blow it up. Alright, cool. Well, I did need to know that. So I'm glad I came back just to... assuage my, loathsome doubts about whether or not I was supposed to continue on in that direction.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, so pushing on through. I don't know how much longer this expansion goes on for, though, to be honest. I feel like it's gone on for a good while, right? Like, it's not nothing. And I feel like there's stuff, obviously, that I've just kind of happily skipped past that would add significant time to the playtime of it. Like, it's not that it's short, right? I mean, I didn't fully explore that Morn, whatever, the place outside of Monmouth. Like, I didn't significantly explore that area. Like, I can even show that. Like, I didn't explore most of this. I feel like there's, like, a good area over here that I just left unexplored, untouched, whatever. Because, I mean, like I said, I am trying to push through, plus, I think it's kind of cool, the idea of, like, leaving some stuff undone. If only so that, if nothing else, if I feel like doing it in a different recorded playthrough, that, you know, I can show it there, have a little bit of variety. Yeah, okay, this was the stash, so I have to assume that I'm supposed to go, what? Well, more dynamite's good. So I have to assume that I'm supposed to either go through there or go through here, if there is a way through there. Well, first I'll go this way to see if I can get around through this juncture. Ugh, a scamp, huh? That's so nasty. Anyway. Looks like this is a valid means to egress. Valid means of egress. A valid path through which we can commit more tourism. Also, I'm just going to off this thing. Come on, I am staring right at it, game.
That skill's not ready.
It's like trying to auto-target the things next to me. Like, I'm literally trying to stare right at it. There we go. Give them what 4? And what 5? And what 6 and 7? Why not? Give these guys the what 8? Okay. I do believe this, yes, this is where the next devotion shrine is, and that plus 50% physical will do a lot. So we're just going here to get that. Nice, worms. Nice level up, excellent, okay. Okay, I said I was gonna put more into this. Hey, jerk. I said I was gonna put more into this. And I still might, but not right now. Okay, so that's at maximum % chance to be used. This isn't, but it's not that big of a deal if it remains that way. Activates when taking damage. That goes from 14 to 18. I guess that's okay. Now that would be kind of good defensively, I guess, but like, yeah, I'm not really in on that. Plus 8% physical damage. Yeah. I think I'm gonna pump that up. Starting now. Since we already put points into this for maximum. Wait, I just want to see like what that buff is. So that's just another 10%. Yeah. You know, hold on. I'll put this into that. Yeah. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll even this out. Just to even it out. And then the next 4 levels are just going to go straight into Decorated Soldier for more damage. Also, Elemental and Slow resistance. If I can get the necessity of Elemental, I don't know why my physique keeps, like, fluctuating. It's annoying, but I'm not putting any more points in it. I'm just dumping points into Cunning from now on. But if I can get rid of the necessity of Elemental... Plus 72% over maximum, wow. Yeah. Plus 45%, plus 72%, plus 20... Okay, so I can, like, completely ditch Elemental defense, basically. Like, once I get Decorated Soldier up even further, I will essentially be, rolling the innate magic defense of a freaking steel golem from Dragon's Dogma. Like, I really don't have to worry past that. Let's take care of Flesh Shaper Hinicius. Empowered Mutiny, huh? An epic one-handed ranged. Alright. Okie dokie. Well, I guess we're gonna have to deal with these stupid things. Not that I'm complaining. Also, I need to remember that gear that I stuck in the bank at like 65 or 66. I think it was a pair of boots, was it? Something like that. Yeah, I gotta remember to go get that. Oh, this is a combat one, huh? Okay, let's boogie. Let's shiggy diggy. Give them... Oh, well, that was less, that was less contentious than I was expecting. Anyway, we got the bear. Where's the bear? Come here, bear. Aw, yeah. Another plus 50% physical damage. Which is, you know... just a lot more damage for us. Okay, well, we can just leave now. That's that taken care of. Shoot the door. Let it know who's boss. In case it gets any funny ideas. Okay, so the next one is near Crown Hill. Whatever that is, wherever that is. Right now, I just flatly don't care. So this is where we actually need to come back for the detonation site. But yeah, I just don't care, because I mean, I got what we needed, so... we good. And hopefully that means that the damage that we're doing is just stupendous, and will be even more stupendous. Because remember, the thing about being a ranger in any kind of game is that what you're doing is you're basically being you're cast. So you know how like a wizard casts missile, like magic missile, you're casting rifle shot or bow. Like you're a different kind of wizard, Harry. Like, you're here to do a different kind of wizardry. But it's no less, like, the same concept applies, yeah? Oh, thank the gods you're here. You have to get us out. We're in big trouble. Calm down. I can get you to safety. Thank you. We just wanted to help. The resistance needed supplies. I led a group to go scrounging for them. I thought I could do it. I thought I could keep them safe, but when we got attacked, I panicked and I told everyone to run. Some of us hid in here, but we were split up. I don't know where the other group is. I'll find them, but for now, you need to get out of here. Alright, alright. Whatever you need to do, just get us out of here. Off you go. Okie dokie. More, abominable horrors down there. Now, I'm not sure if we can shoot them from here, but it won't matter that much. We'll get to them. They'll get theirs. They'll get exactly what they deserve soon. Please shoot the giant flesh pillar right in front of me. Thank you. Okay. Alright. Again, the advantage of being a ranged character makes itself apparent. I love that, like, cartwheeling tumble that it did down the side of that aperture in the floor. These things are still creepy. I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm a fan of how creepy they are. I'll put it that way. Like, they're well done. I'm just saying that, you know, it's that weird thing where it's like, oh man, that's really well done gross. Like, that's gross, really well done. Another guy stuck in the terrain. The real horror of any virtual environment. The concept of being clipped into the terrain. Forever lost to the level geometry. The real Euclidean geometry. Non-Euclidean geometry, rather. Yes, Euclidean geometry, the most terrifying.
That skill's not ready.
I don't know about you, but isosceles triangles terrify me. Anyway, Nadia. The what? Another survivor? Welcome to hell. We're trapped out here, cut off from the resistance by the ethereals. Calm down, I can get you to safety. You can get us back to the resistance? There were others, though, another scavenger team. Have you seen them? They're safe. Now you need to get out of here. That's good news. After we split up, I couldn't find them again. I assumed they were dead. Whatever you need to do to get us out of here, I'm ready. Okay? Here you go. Excellent. Doing good work. I almost left them behind, but thankfully I looked at my map and saw the little pips indicating NPCs. Alright. That's a ship. What's with the random ambush? Ethereal behemoth, huh? You know, they should make a couple of ethereal behemoths. They can't all just be behemoths. We need some behemoths. How are they gonna make more of them without some behemoths? I'll be here all week, folks. Remember to tip the waitstaff. To the guy with the red Toyota out front. Just know that you'll be towed in an hour if you don't move. Seriously, what's with the random just eruptions of enemies from the floor? I don't get that. I'm not complaining, again, it's just weird. Like, this game has this game is really well designed, and I genuinely deeply love this game. I can't stress that enough. There's just some weirdness in it. Like, the very few legitimate criticisms, as in what I believe are non-subjective, like actual structural problems with it, aside, like, there's just some weirdness that I look at and it's just like question mark, you know? Like the memes of like the Shiba Inu tilting its head, like what is that? Okay, well, I think I'm kind of making backwards progress. Like, it's still progress because I'm filling out the map, but I think this is, like, inverse to what I should be doing. Yeah, I feel like this was the alternate route to progress forward. Gonna have to cut the video here in a sec, but, yeah. Yes, because this was originally where I was at. So I guess I just ran down here not really thinking. I think it is, right? Like, this is the area that I originally came... Oh, I went up here, went around, went down, and came up. Okay, 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 that makes more sense. I was just doing the intuitive, like... letting my brain run, like the navigation in my brain run on autopilot. Which, by the way, is a bad idea to just use a... I had to use a GPS system once, like one of those that tells you turn right at whatever, and 100... And man, I hate those things. I genuinely hate those things after it. There's a nearby, like, major metropolitan area that it took me through that I have no idea, like, where I'm at in it, and I have not really, like... Up until that point, I had never really driven in a major metropolitan area, and this place has, like, overpasses and stuff. And it took me up this one off-ramp that, I kid you not, must have been designed by some sicko who wanted to live out their dream as a civil engineer remaking structures from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, like the go-kart game in that, because it's like, this off-ramp went, like, 3 stories up, like 3 or 4 stories up, I'm not joking, and I'm going up this thing and it's incredibly narrow, like a single car could go through it one way, and at like the apex of this thing, freaking like 40 feet of the concrete barrier is just missing on the side, and I'm just like white knuckling my driver's wheel, like my steering wheel, and I'm like, because I'm afraid of heights too, by the way, and I have never been so, like, afraid while driving. It's like, what? Who designs this crap? Who goes through this crap on a daily basis? Just, ugh. But ever since that moment, I've hated those stupid things, especially since I didn't need to go... Like, after that, I got to where I could pull over, and I legit just looked at the map of the area and found my way on my own. Like, I memorized where I needed to go using Street View, and just ever since then, I refuse to use those things to go through, just to go anywhere, really. Just, But yes, that was my brain's equivalent of the, like, auto-nav system taking me, like, around, down, up, back around. Just, Okay, I see a star on the... Okay, that's good. That indicates progress of some kind. Why am I not targeting that thing? There we go, goodness. Like, why is the auto-targeting doing that sometimes? Ah, here's the resistance bomb, excellent.
That skill's not ready.
That's what I call my workout routine. The resistance bomb. That's really stupid too, because I don't actually do resistance. Like, I'm trying now to do isometric stuff. like wall sits. I'm just now trying that out. And I'm not like really big into working out, so don't get it twisted. I'm not like a gym bro. I'm just saying I'm trying to get into that. Oh man, okay, cool, yes, destroy the gates. Ah, my ear. Oh. So is that the Crown Hill rift? Yes, okay. Monmouth Crown Hill Rift. Yes, excellent. So I know where the next Motion Shrine is now. The problem is that I was supposed to do like... Okay, it says assist Captain Wilford at the Resistance hideout. Speak to Captain Wilford at the Resistance hideout. So I want to say that we did that at least. So where is the Resistance hideout? Steel Cap District. I'm guessing that's where it is. Where are you? Okay.
Good work out there. The supplies you recovered from the Steel Cap District will help us push the offensive. Kalen will be pleased to finally get back to work.
Use them well.
You can be sure that we will. I'll have Kalen get started on these right away. I was going to ask if you've seen any of our other operatives while you were out there. It seems you've already found them. Those people are alive thanks to you.
I couldn't just leave them there.
Good on you to put yourself at risk for the safety of others. I'll be sure that they do their fair share from within the hideout, and not out there. Not everybody's cut out for the warrior life.
What's next?
I believe Corinia's got something big planned for the harbor, but she's not ready to discuss her plans yet.
I see.
Captain Wilford tells me that you've done your fair share of rescuing damsels and acquiring murder weapons. Well done. Your efforts will go a long way towards our people's survival.
Ma'am, it's not murder if they're not people. Anyway, you're welcome.
I'm planning a new push against the ethereals, but my people are not all prepared yet. In the meantime, be a deer and slay some more mutants for me. Or perhaps take a look at the bounty table.
If that's your hint that the next quest requires, you know... You get the idea, anyway. Yeah, ethereals aren't people, if you couldn't tell by what they've done to Monmouth. They're not people. It's not murder if they're not people. Anyway.
So this is what the ethereals have envisioned for us all. I'm sure they won't mind that we let ourselves in.
So what do we do now?
Preliminary reports indicate that the main entrance to the Fleshworks is on the northeastern end of Crown Hill. It's sealed tight behind some thickly armored fleshy barrier. However, we also know that the ethereals have several flesh vents around the district, emitting immense amounts of heat. If enough of them are destroyed, then the entrance may be forced open in order to compensate for the loss of ventilation. While I mobilize our forces for a frontal assault, you will need to seek out these vents and destroy them. It may be our only chance of getting inside and ending this master of flesh before his grand plan comes to fruition. Once you're inside the Fleshworks, I'm afraid you'll be on your own. Good luck.
I'll take care of the vents. Also, these guys are like right here, fellas. You might want to... Guys? Guys? You didn't secure the perimeter? Really? I gotta... Okay, I'll do that. Don't mind me. I'll just secure the perimeter. That you didn't. That you should have. That you, as trained military personnel, should have known better than to leave unguarded and untested. Okay, that's a lot of dudes. Even for one button man, that's a lot of dudes. Okay, hold on. Even with meteors, that's a lot of dudes. There we go. I was gonna say, where's the next meteor? Okie dokie. Come on, lifesteal. Get us through. Okay. Ah, my ear. Also, ew. Ew. I guess this is one of those, fleshy vents, huh? The art direction of this game is so incredibly good, I'm telling you. But yeah, man, look at this. This is like some crap straight out of Doom or Quake. Oh, wow, I love that. Look at that. That right there, that is good stuff. Look at that. Man, you know it's good art direction when the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. Like, and I mean, like, not... Like, the longer you look at the ugly thing, the more ugly it gets. Like, that's good art. Like, I'm saying that that's like Giger painting, or, Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah, oh my goodness. I have to tell you this. If you are of weak mental constitution, do not look up Hieronymus Bosch. But yes, Hieronymus Bosch paintings. Like, I'm not comparing this to that. I'm just saying that that's an example of the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. Like, man. It's like that. Like, that's really good horror slash grisly art direction. Like, something horrifying shouldn't just be horrifying. It should be horrifying in a way that reveals layers of horror as you look at it. Like, that's Kino. That's primo Kino stuff. That's absolutely majestic stuff. And by the way, the inverse is true too, that like simple beauty that reveals further, more intricate beauty is also like the stroke of a master at their like craft of design. Which is funny because I say this as a guy who like works with graphs, so I'm not exactly an artist. Like, don't get me wrong, I am not an artist. Okay? I work with the antithesis of art, I would almost argue. Like, what I do is almost the opposite of art. It is to art what, like... I don't even know, man. Like, designing graphs and systems of, like, logical and informatic representation are kind of like... It is to art what... Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something about, like, acoustic design versus... But it doesn't really work that way. Oh, I know. It is to being a writer of technical manuals what being a novelist, like fiction novelist, is to literature. Like, just completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, I am to art what the guy who writes, like, the Windows 10 for Dummies book is to, like, the Wheel of Time series. Right? Like, I'm on the opposite end of that, homie. You ain't gotta worry about me trying to step into that business. Okay, so where we're looking to get is over there. I don't know where this goes. Oh, hold on. Flesh-wrapped enclave entrance. Well, I'll go there only if I have to, because I don't like any kind of enclave, let alone, well, I don't know. I kind of like the enclave from Fallout. I like their style. They have impeccable taste in power armor. Like, I know some may think it looks goofy, but I love the way the, like, X-series power armor looks in Fallout. That stuff is my jam. In Fallout 4, I get one of those, and bad things happen. Oh man. I get power armor in Fallout 4 and things immediately begin to go wrong. For everything that isn't my character. Alright. I'm just trying to get to this. Yeah, there it is. Basically, I want to get that devotion shrine and put that point into the bear, and then I'll cut the video. Okay. Hello. Salutations. Excellent. I have a lot of loot. My loot bags aren't quite full, but they're getting there. Okay, so bear. What's the dog do? It's nothing really that good. Yeah, there we go. That's the real one, though. That's the real benefit. This is kind of cool. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm not really sure if it will work for what we do. I'm not sure, like, what I could put that on that would make sense. Does that make sense? Whatever. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit.